Vivica Fox says she's ready to settle down now.
Ain't nobody sitting down with no burnout. You don't want no burnout. Them man, once a woman get 31, 32, and she done had fun in her 20s, she's a burnout. That's why you see Jamie Foxx with a 22-year-old. That's why you see Floyd Mayweather with a 21-year-old. Is looking for a turnout, not a burnout. Many burn out at 28, 29, 30, and they done had fun from 17 to then. They burn out. That's a high mileage vehicle. Get that motherfucking transmission finna go out soon, and you gonna have to get a new transmission. So a new transmission costs damn near what a new car costs. So go get you a new car. Hey, go get your turnout. Yeah, them burnout. Man, them burnouts just good for a moment. See, them burnout like that is just good for 1 or 2, 3. A woman like Vivica Fox don't know how to take and please a man to the fullest because she's been selfish. That's why she ain't been married. She ain't had no, it's been all about her. That's why you gotta eat her first. Man. That's why you gotta take her out first.
I see her saying that shit.
Nah, my so no, go get your turnout that's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
What you think is like they're trained, like they're conditioned. Your perversions. And
no, they're conditioned. They're not trained.
Oh.
The Bible speaks of training. The Bible says you're supposed to train up a child in the way that they should go. So when you think about training, think about police training, fire training. We're raising kids and we teach them some things, but we're not training them. So that's why they don't know which way to go, because they haven't been trained up. So ain't nobody training these hoes. Man, these hoes being conditioned based off the type of man they attract and the type of man they choose to let inside them. Ain't nobody training. These hoes f***ed up by their choices.
Single women, especially those without children, have become a focus of criticism for people who honestly say your life is nothing if you don't have children.
Well, I'm 57. I got 6 godbabies. Don't think that because I didn't birth children, that I don't have children. I have 6 godchildren, and I do not feel less fulfilled as a woman, period. All I got to do is spend an afternoon with them. We get Christmas pictures on the day. And I had them on the speed, so I thought, you come at 6:15, y'all come at 6:30, y'all come at 6:45. We're going to be at CPK by 8:30, because I know they're going to get y'all by 9:30. And sure enough, like clockwork, they did.
That's sure. What were you
Soon after.
All right, now you almost got emotional talking about the possibility of having a child.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one regret in life. I mean,
really, you would
not to
say
see
that's
my eyes, in a child, but you know, my God babies.
And it's so interesting that the birthday coincides with this conversation about your singledom, right?
Yes.
So as I said, you were on a TV appearance, you made a joke that you were taking applications. You got off air and men literally started sending
To my agent, to my publicist, BJ Coleman. Yes, but some of them forgot the picture.
I saw on the internet the sister. God damn, I keep forgetting her name. What's the girl who played in the Players Club?
Lisa Raye.
I saw the sister, Lisa Raye, on the internet expressing how it's very hard to be what she needs, considering her life is this and your life is that. This is me summarizing what the sister said. I know her. I'm not trying to diss her, but I have to talk about this. This must be said. She said, in order to get with her, let me just cut it short there, because we know what comes after that.
If I'm going to these restaurants just for lunch meetings, and it takes you your whole check to take me there, I don't want to stress you out. You cannot hang with me. You are still wanting a vacation for the weekend. I vacationing on holiday for the month. We are not going to be able to make this work. I'm world traveled. I'm well cultured. I'm talented. I'm successful. I'm domesticated. I'm family. You get all these things. Don't you know that I have a list as well? Do you check the boxes for me? And one of them has to be accomplished, successful, powerful, and rich. If you still trying to play it off and trying to figure it out and all of that, you kind of, you just getting a little bit. Bosses say, let me have that. And let I have one too.
The same thing Vivica Fox did. You remember Vivica Fox when she did that interview?
No.
Her face was all blew up. Well, if you want to be with me.
What was it? What were the stipulations?
There were stipulations that were not something that she should be asking for at her age.
Okay.
And I would say the same thing to the sister Lisa Raye. You cannot come elderly, vaginally, with stipulations. An elderly vagina is something that is never happy. They have done research on this. Elderly vaginas that are still in the game cannot be satisfied regardless.
The world values coupled people more than single people. This is a hill I will die on and one of my biggest resentments. When you're coupled, you're praised for pursuing the traditional ideas of what it means to lead a successful life. If you're a woman specifically in a heterosexual relationship, it shows the world that you're worthy of being chosen. You're a palatable woman, that you're easygoing, easy to get along with, that a man chose you. And I'm not saying that all couples are like this, that all women who are in relationships with men are just palatable and playing the traditional game, but that is what society tells us. For a long time, I used to fantasize about bringing a man home for the holidays because finally my parents could see that I was worthy of being chosen. Because even though they don't say it to me, I know that they probably think about it. They worry about me being alone, even though I have so many friends. Even though they never pressure me to find a man or woman or bring anybody home, I still have interpreted that messaging from the world. And I see it honestly in my other friends. I've had many coupled friends completely abandon their friendship with me, and it really fucking sucks. I think there's this subtle, subconscious belief that they are moving on in life and they are like at a higher level of life than I am because I'm not coupled. It's like coupled people are seen as more adult than single people. Why?
I am going to be so honest with you. If that man doesn't check on you daily, he doesn't take you out, he doesn't do anything for you, he doesn't buy you anything, then he hates your guts. That's it. He hates you. He hates everything about you. He hates the ground that you walk on. He hates you. Like, he doesn't ask if you've eaten. He don't ask if you're hungry. He don't ask you how work was. He hates you, babe. He hates you. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but he hates you. Now, if a man likes you, he's going to show up for you in every way, shape, or form. And if he hates you, you're going to know, because he's not going to do shit for you. He ain't even going to call your phone and see if you're okay. He don't give a fuck how work was. Why? Because he hates you. He hates you. He might love your friend, but he hates you. And honestly, that is the sad reality of it. And I was literally just thinking today as I was walking to the shop, and I was thinking, damn, like, can you imagine if he don't check in, he don't ask you if you're hungry, he doesn't buy you anything, he don't take you out, he just doesn't care for your existence, he hates your guts. He hates you.
She has definitely been around the block. So much that her perception on the men that she gave her body to is that they hate you. It's not that they hate her, it's the fact that they just don't care about you. They only care about your coochie. She has given her body multiple times to multiple men who did not care about her. Hate is a bit of extreme way to see it, but as she's literally been left to the streets over and over again, it actually makes her hate herself and feel that those men hate her. But a lot of females give their body up to men who don't care about them.
After you have had sex with more than 5 men, sex has no effect on you. I know women is tripping, but let me say that again. And that's 5 is a really good number. I'm being nice. After you have had sex with 5 or more men, your vagina and emotions are dead to reaction of positivity. One more time for the world to hear it. One more time for the world to hear it. Ladies, after 5 men have had sex with you, your vagina is dead to reactions of positivity.
I'm sorry. This guy is just...
I know it hurt, D.
That doesn't hurt. That's too funny. I don't take it for... That's too funny.
You are looking for something that
myself.
Probably doesn't exist. Once you've been with a certain amount of men,
He said dead.
you cannot be happy anymore. The only way you'll be happy is if you're in a car accident and you recover.
Wow.
You'll be glad for life. But if you are a woman who has been rotted through, your chances of happiness is 2%, 3%.
Life is just not easy for the woman when she hits a certain age. We're talking about women who've kind of had this high life and then they've stopped getting offers because maybe now she's hit like 38, 40. And then it's almost like they've kind of gone into this dark hole now. It's so toxic, it's like horrible.
Well, here's the thing. Most men don't feel sorry for those women, and I'll tell you why. The reason men don't feel sorry for them is because the experience that she begins to go through when she's older is the experience 90% of men go through every single day. The guy who works at the post office, the guy who helped you pack your bag, the guy who delivered your Amazon parcel, the guy in your class, the guy that you worked with. Most guys are invisible. It is only the high value guys that catches women's attention. The guy who's tall, attractive, and shaped successful. So when women who have had that taste of the high life, have been that desirable, gotten all the attention, everything, they then get to a point where now they're being treated how most guys are treated. Guys don't feel sorry for them. A lot of guys feel that if you wanted to have a partner, have a family, settle down, you get to that point in life and you haven't done that, it's because you definitely had an abundance of opportunity to do that.
Once you've hit the wall, there is a point of no return. And that's the question she's asking. Why is it at a certain age? She's really talking about the wall. The age where the likelihood of you actually finding a companionship, a committed relationship, a husband, building a family, the likelihood of that is about 2 to 3%. The likelihood of you even being with someone that you actually will like and respect is slim to none. And a lot of females begin to see the reality of going from one guy to the other guy and never actually being chosen, never actually being the one men actually like and treat you the way you want to be treated. And for the guys that could have treated you that way, they were invisible to you.
You actually think somebody owe you something. You think somebody owe you something.
No, I don't know about that. I don't feel that way.
I'm talking about
because
the average woman
yeah.
who has been ran through actually thinks that in a relationship you are supposed to do this.
Girls, repeat after me. I will not marry rubbish. I will not marry rubbish.
Let me tell you something. A relationship's requirements when you meet somebody. These are the requirements when you meet somebody in the beginning. Respect and honesty. Respect and honesty are the only requirements when you first meet somebody.
A lot of pretty girls will never get married. They'll have a lot of boyfriends throughout their entire life, but they'll never get a husband. Do you know why? Because they're not respectful. And if you're thinking, oh, if they're not respectful, how do they even get boyfriends? Well, boyfriends are only there for one thing. They get it and then they go. Whereas a husband wants a respectful wife. So if you're single and you're the prettiest girl you know and you think every other girl is ugly, and yet these ugly girls are getting married and you're not, chances are those ugly girls are respectful and you're not.
The kind of men that we should want to be with are the men who recognize our value from the beginning. Not the people that you have to convince into seeing your value. And if someone recognizes your value from the very start, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you also want to be with someone who has like the emotional capacity to be intentional from the beginning, not someone you have to prompt and push to be intentional. If they see you, they like you, they want to talk to you, they're all in. those are the men that you have happy relationships with more than any other type of man.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here thinking about a lot of red flags that I ignored when I was dating in my 20s. But now that I'm 30 and I haven't been dating, yeah. The first time a man showed me he can't keep his word, gone. The first time a man showed me he disrespectful, gone. Because disrespect will turn into abuse very, very quickly. And abuse will turn into somebody having to get a gravesite. And I pray it ain't never got to come to that, but I'm not with that. The first time a man showed me that he's disloyal and he has a wandering eye, he got to go, because it doesn't make sense to be with somebody who don't really want to be with you. If a man can't conform and just understand that you are the end all be all and he got to have multiple women, then he need to go find somebody that's okay with him having multiple women. But that woman ain't me. And the first time a man showed me that he might put leisure before handling business, you definitely gotta go. I don't want no man that got no cup to his lip, no blunt to his lip, and no party and all of that, but you got other stuff going on at home and they need to be handled. I don't get time for that. Also, I don't get time for no man who think that they could pimp a woman. You can't pimp me, baby, I'll pimp you.
They don't respect the good man, the honest man, the traditional man, which is why they lie to them and use them. They only respect the guys who are the complete opposite and they're physically attracted to, as that's the only thing that matters to them. That's what's important to them. The point is, a lot of females, when they were in their prime years, they always thought that it was cool to be with the guy that didn't care, was nonchalant, that put zero effort in, that would smoke weed with them, do all the things and show all the red flags that they chose to ignore because it was cool to be around them. It was cool to be invited to places with them. It was cool to go out late night with them. It was cool to be picked up in their nice car. It was cool to smoke with them. It was cool to do all these things that really are red flags. Now that they're older and realize the inconsistent pattern that those men had is beginning to burn them in their 30s.
Name, age, and where you from?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm Shelly. A lady never tells her age, but I will say I'm 39, but I don't look your I will say I don't look your typical 39, so I'm proud of that.
Shelly.
Yes.
You look 39. It's okay though.
A lot of girls, once they start pushing that 30 mark, they're like, okay, I got to lower my standards a little bit because it's not working out.
Because, you know, we have that pressure of time and
Right.
eggs, and I feel like society does a really good job of
reminding
us of that,
Yeah.
that timeline.
Like always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Right,
there's
and like
movies about that.
once you hit 30, your eggs start shriveling.
And you can't turn the clock back. And this doesn't give me any particular pleasure to say it. The fact that most will die alone is maddening to these women, and they're gonna make black men feel their pain. Why? Well, especially if you're a woman like that, where you've accomplished something. You're not working retail somewhere. You're not working as an accountant somewhere. You actually have had a career. She looks at her non-black counterparts, and they were able to parlay that career into access an opportunity with other men and to lock down a man and produce a family. You can look at the women who are the most angry or the most bitter sounding and ask them, what have they done with the education, income, and access that they have? They always want to throw it up in your face, what they got. Okay, but what have you done with it?
I'm in my 30s. No, I'm not dating for fun. I'm dating to find a husband. Get it together. I'm in my 30s. How am I? Oh, I'm tired. I'm in my 30s. I'm grown. So don't play with me. I'm in my 30s. I'm always wearing sunblock. I'm in my 30s. You trying to be outside. I'm trying to be overseas. I'm in my 30s. Of course I'm still hungover from last week. I'm in my 30s. I can spot red flags from a mile away. I'm in my 30s. Of course it's the new 20s. I'm in my 30s. Of course I'm trying to go furniture shopping. Let's go now. I'm in my 30s. Am I having a midlife crisis? Perhaps. I'm in my 30s. Of course I don't play about my sleep. I'm in my 30s, so of course I'm trying to travel. So do you have a passport? TSA pre-check? Global entry? No?
How is it that I talk to you every fucking day? All I want to do is fuck you, and we have mad sexual chemistry, and I want to be your best friend, but also you a fuckboy and a whore, and I hate you? But I still want to fuck you and cuddle up with you and be your best friend and be your wife? I'm confused.
I'm fully convinced that most of these young men don't like women. I'm not going to explain that, but the ladies that get it, get it. I'm convinced because what is going on?
I'm just getting on here for all the girlies who are in their 30s. I'm 33, turning 34 next month, and I'm just fucking done dating. Like, excuse my language, but I'm done. Like, for a while there, I was on a kick for the younger guys because that was all that was hollering at me, because I must say, I think I look pretty good for being 33. So I was like, okay, I'm done with the young ones. Like, they're too immature. Like, I'm looking for something more serious in life. They're not doing it for me. Cool, whatever. I reunite with an ex that I was with when I was 22, and this was like always the one who got away from me. Mind you, he is 3 years older than me, gonna be 37 in January. This man is emotionally unavailable. So they're too immature in their 20s, and then they're possibly still emotionally unavailable in their 30s. I understand why my mom is 60 years old and still single and just said forget it, because that's what it's about to be.
Females get to a place where they officially clock out of dating. Why? It's not that they don't want to pursue a relationship, as that is something they always want. Although it's something they can't get. They can't get the men that they want. They've reached an age where the dating pool is no longer satisfying them. It's no longer a place they actually want to be. The best option for them is to actually not date anymore. Even though they will act as if they're better than most women, they'll act as if they're better than average men, and they're above dating, they're above love, they're above marriage and family. That's a way to cope with the reality is they actually quit dating as the options isn't what they want. They either want to get the man that they want or not date. Does that really sound like something they chose to do? Or they're unsatisfied with how men are treating them and the men that actually want them? And you hear it every single time a female reaches a certain age. When she hits the wall, she will say, I've quit dating. I don't want to date anymore. I want to focus on myself. That's really another way of saying I'm not getting the type of man that I want to actually take me serious. All the guys that I've been dating, all the guys that I've been sleeping with, even in my 30s, in my late 30s, they actually don't want to take me serious. So I'm just done. But they won't put it out that way. But that is exactly what they're all saying. The best example to use for this is Vivica Fox and Raye. They're well-accomplished females. They've lived their best lives in their prime years. They've been surrounded by top-tier men that females would die to be around. They've been in relationships with those top-tier men, and now they're single. They're still looking for the exact same men that they were able to attract and be in a relationship with in their prime years. But as we can see, it's not actually happening for them.
Think is winning in life? Vivica A. Fox, 1, or Curtis Jackson as a 2? That the world in general, but older black women in particular, have a real problem with certain high-value black men. The 50 Cent, what the 50 Cent and Vivica A. Fox thing exposes.
I've said this many times before, 50 Cent was the love of my life. He was the one that, dang, kind of blew that one. Happens. I was young, had been used to taking care of myself. You know, 50 wanted me to be his princess, you know, and I didn't get it.
I just got this trophy. It's my NAACP award for power and stuff like that. Hey, best drama. Got that going. I wanted to talk to y'all because I look in the comments like that. If Vivica Fox, you look, and the girls will be like, oh, you must have some bombs. You must be like this, like. Look, first of all, not after 14 years. No, not after 14 years. Okay, because if you showed up, told me you had some bomb ass after 14 years, 14 years, you be done called the police on it. Called your brothers and told your brothers to jump the. Told told your man, go on downstairs, get the he downstairs. I don't know what he's doing down there. All of this shit for no reason. You'd have been into all of this crazy shit. But the girls act like it ain't nothing when they do stuff like that. But if a guy do something like that, come on, you know what time it is. You were looking like something wrong with him, right? After 14 years?
For the first time in my life, I don't feel the need to be with anyone. I don't have my eyes on anyone. I'm not in the mood. I don't have enough stamina for it right now. And I'm totally fine with that.
I assumed I would find my husband in my 20s and be married by 30 and having kids and all that, and I'm 32 and I'm just not. But I also have viewed being in my 30s and having dated such an empowering position to be in, because you are so much more established, you're so much more clear on what it is you want, and there's so much less room for the bullshit. Feeling like someone is vetting you. Like, no, it's actually the other way around.
For so much of my life, I would find myself in these relationships, and it was almost like I didn't have a choice. To your point, being in my 30s, being established, having this life experience, also having like a lot of sobriety under my belt and a lot of self-awareness around like who I am and why I am the way that I am and all of that, I'm like armed with this information. It's no longer about like, am I good enough for this person? It's like, is this what I want? How do I feel when I'm with this person? I do have a choice. Yeah, it's not about them.
Men of today are not interested in coming to save you because they don't see behavior from you that is worth saving. When you act like a man, the expectation is for you to defend yourself like a man. And when you are out in the street fighting, when you are out at 3 a.m. involved in an altercation, men compartmentalize that. And they already know that you're not the caliber of woman that necessitates them risking their lives for and getting involved. See, you see, my husband, he is called to lay down his life for me. Not some random woman out at the club. Anytime my husband, when we're out, we go somewhere, he's assessing the threats. And when they see loud and obnoxious women showing out like orangutans, they tune out. It's like they go away in their mind somewhere because they know that it is not worth the risk of putting their own lives in danger for someone that doesn't even value their own life or safety.
I'm your hostess, Feminine Princess. These are my last thoughts. I would also like to add from the last clip, men are no longer willing to save the damsel in distress either. The female that's single and lonely and wanting to be in a relationship and looking for the next guy to simp for her and going through all her contact list to see who she can be able to retire with. The man that can quickly donate her sperm to, the man that can quickly give her the family that she wants, that she is close to not being able to have. Men are also no longer willing to save the damsel in distress. It's not their job to do that either. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!